That is why you must ask for abolition, just as our initiative in Switzerland, which is going to the polls probably next year. The government has been stalling since 1980, when we gathered the necessary signatures. The government doesn't know what to do to serve our chemical industry, but the government just can't squirm out of it. We are going to the polls. The answer is abolition, not controls, because we have had controls for 100 years with the results we have seen. And that is why you must hold out, because the moment you pass laws for controls, no matter how strict the controls are, they can't be stricter than the controls Great Britain introduced in 1876. The moment you introduce laws on controls, you are there where Great Britain was 100 years ago. Now, I forgot to tell you the name of the journalist. The journalist in Switzerland who launched that, he launched he launched a great many initiatives in Switzerland. He's an ecological journalist. He tries to protect our nature, our rivers, our woods. And this man has so far not lost one initiative. All his initiatives have been opposed by the financial interests, and all of them have won. This one on abolition is solidly, we have announced it together when this thing was announced in Bern, in our national capital. The whole thing is based on slaughter of the innocent, which contains the evidence. I take no royalties from it, and I want to tell you now publicly, anybody can use all the material contained in slaughter without asking permission. It's yours. My friends, the battle horse of modern medicine, animal experimentation, is dead. It has been dead for a long time, but the jokers in charge of research pretend they don't know it. It is time that all this nonsense ceased. It is time to bury the corpse. Lest the stench poison us all. In sum, it is time to ask for the abolition of vivisection now and not in 200 years. I thank you. Thank you. There's nothing new I could say, so it didn't even matter if you couldn't hear me, except that I gave my complete support to Javier, and he has seen, I must say he's perhaps the first one who has seen the idea behind this new movement, that we must, how this whole movement must be done. It must be attacked simultaneously from the ethical and the scientific point of view, because the two things go absolutely together. It is absurd to think that we can advance in science ignoring totally the ethical point. Now, the past few days we spoke only about the scientific idiocy of vivisection. Today, Xavier is introducing with this charter the ethical point of view, which is just as important because this touches the whole matter on the basis. And it is necessary to ensure that the students retain their human qualities, and those human qualities are being deliberately destroyed by today's educational system, both in the United States and in my country, Switzerland. I used to be in a school, in a very fashionable school when I was 12, 13 years old in Switzerland. And then I revisited that school just 2 years ago because a friend of mine had his son there. And I was horrified to discover that in that school suddenly they were cutting up mice in the science lesson, living mice, and they thought that they had made progress since my time. And this is happening everywhere. So we investigated in Switzerland and we discovered that in most elementary schools nowadays they are cutting up mice, which did not exist 10 or 20 years ago. This seems to be a veritable plot by the power that is, by the worldly power that is above us, to desensitize the population, starting with the kids in school. You must kill their humanity, and probably the people in power have intention to use this humanity for their evil plans. So this is a great thing, this introduction of the charter that Javier brought over from Europe, and I must say he did improve it. I thank you very much.